How manufactured is this bike issue with Deegan?
Huh? What bike issue?
Bro, the bike was holding him back. That's why these first 2 rounds, they just didn't have a setup, bro.
Look, man.
It's the same bike as last year. Give me a break.
And we haven't heard anything about bike setup till this fucking week.
Look, man, anything with Deegan this past weekend, I felt like I was back a couple months ago when I was watching Kamala Harris campaign videos and just reading through all the bullshit.
It's amazing how a win will make you super cocky all of a sudden.
It's amazing how much Juju's in his head, though. Like, I know he won, and he was better last night, but Juju is in that fucker's head big time, and you can tell he does not know what to do because Bum Air will not bite into anything.
Nope, not at all.
He's just, what makes you guys feel
I'm here
that
to
way?
win. That's it. Did you see his friggin' panicking, I don't know what to say interview after the heat race when he cleaned him out?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
it basically said, "I'm sorry, Juju. Please don't clean me out and give it back to me in the main event." Juju could have, and he didn't.
I did see some breaking news, Moto TMZ style here.
Okay.
Danger Boy Deegan liking some of Juju's posts on Instagram, so maybe he's on block.
We're back.
I guess we're back.
We go from block to liking post.
Block
oh boy.
to back, so.
Yeah, well, he's got to because he's still trying to fuck with him in his head.
Yeah, he's gonna like a post just to put his name in on his phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I 100% agree with Eric. Like he isn't like Juju, and I think what Danger Boy's been referring to this entire time because he keeps talking about Juju talking shit, which I'm just like, oh,
which didn't happen.
Yeah. You know what it is Juju was on Pulp on Monday and he said, and they had brought up like Deegan messing with him because apparently Deegan was messing with him at San Diego in practice.
I saw the clip.
With a couple,
I saw
with a couple
video
different
of it.
things. Yeah, and so and Juju was basically like, yeah, I've been dealing with this shit my entire career. We grew up racing. So like I know exactly what's happening.
It's like it's nothing new. Yeah.
So like that's where I think it's like you are 100% correct. If Deegan doesn't know how to handle it because like most guys he throws this at and they didn't grow up with him and they're just all of a sudden like what the fuck's happening? And Juju's just like this is normal. Like he just talks this shit and gets his bed bugs behind him and then it's just like holy shit.
Yeah.
And like Kitchen feeds into it and like will like try and like say stuff back, and which is I've heard that it's not super legit, but like I honestly I don't even know that if anybody really knows if it's like real beef or not, other than obviously them two and probably people that are close with them. But I've heard both sides. I've heard that no, like they hate each other, and I've heard no, like they actually just kind of doing it for the entertainment aspect of it. But yeah, that's what I've heard, and I think that I think the fact that Juju does not let whatever Hayden says on the podium, he just talks about his own race and gives him props if he was better, and just says we'll go back to work.
Yep.
And he's just strictly business, and I think that pisses Deegan off because no matter what Deegan says or does, it doesn't phase Juju.
100%.
Yeah, and I think this is another feather in Davey Millsap's cap too, being in his ear, because if you remember back in the day, this is very similar to like Davey versus Alessi kind of shit. Where it was Alessi always doing shit to Millsaps, fucking with him, like taking his gate and then backing out. Millsaps would go to another gate. They'd back him out of that one just to fuck with him. So Davey's been there, done that as well.
Yep.
So I think that's another feather in his cap that Juju's got that in his back pocket. I think that's a lot of it. 100%. So
I kind of compared it to like J-Law and Dungy, except it got to Dungy. And that was evident when Jason was able to get the title. But Hayden's kind of trying to do the same thing to Juju because he's like the clean-cut, all-business type of guy, but he's just like, no, I don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want. Do whatever you want, and I'm still going to try and beat you.
Yeah. I would love to see Juju just throw a low key jab at him though. Like in the interview,
Yeah.
he could have been like, "Yep, he was the better man tonight, but I still got a 7-point lead."
Yeah.
And then been done with
Yeah.
it. Like that would have been perfect delivery.
We'll see.
But
We'll see next weekend. I think
I think he's,
next week might suit Juju a little better than Hayden.
I'm with that.
And I don't think he's scared to strike me as he's scared to say something like that. So,
I think his Instagram edit after he won San Diego, like the "I'm King Julian," the quick little edit thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was like a subtle jab towards
yeah.
Deegan. Like Deegan saw that and it pissed him off.
yep, 100%.
Because it was funny and sick.
Yeah, Deegan's post after this race was a little out there as well. Did you see that, Travis?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh, he put something about him. I'm just a humble kid or something. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw
then you
that,
swipe to
and
the
I was
right,
like,
and it's a
dude.
picture of Trump with 2 middle fingers up and says, "I'm back, bitches," or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Come on, like chill, man. You just won one race, and now you're back. But
yeah, you're back without a red plate still. Last I checked.
Look, I've been saying this all week, and I'm going to continue to say it. That fucker brought a knife to a gunfight, and Julian brought a gun to the gunfight, and literally has been just shooting at him the entire time, race-wise. And Deegan went, "Holy crap, I don't know what to do." And like I said, this week here, with this, every interview he's giving, super calculated. Oh, we were off on the bike setup. It was only allowing me to ride 70%. It was only allowing me to ride 70%. It was only allowing me to ride 70%. The bike setup was off. I told him, bring all the setups because, like, I don't know super well with the clickers and stuff.
Just
so
had
just
to throw
bring different setups.
Dude, I've been grinding from 9 to 4 every day.
Yeah. And I'm just like, you haven't said one thing about your effing bike until this week because it wasn't the bike, bro. It wasn't the bike. You showed up thinking you were going to be king shit and you were just going to have to battle Levi. Then Levi went out and you're like, oh,
I got this.
Waxing asses. And then all of a sudden Juju shows up is like, nah, fuck you, hold my beer, watch this. And you're like, holy crap, what just happened?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, put all the interview and acting a fool shit aside. He did what he needed to do. This was this was a race where we all said, like, if he doesn't win, and he went out and performed and won.
Yeah, 100%.
Got the start, pulled away, pulled the gap, like, rode awesome, did exactly what he had to do, but then he had to add all the other bullshit.
I will say,
man.
I don't think rain is Juju's strong suit.
No.
It didn't look that way.
Because last year in the mud, he was a mess.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
he was a wreck at that muddy race. So
I would have been interested to see that had it stayed dry and not rained, if he would have been able to get closer to Deegan. So I think when that started, I agree with you. I think he backed off and was just like, look, let's not throw this away.
7 points.
Yeah, if he beats me, I still got 7. We're good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think it was.
And he kind of, he started racing behind him as well. Like, he started battling Jordan rather than battling Deegan, and he withstood the pressure and did what he had to do.
Yep.
And Jordan did what he does.
Deegan does what he needs to do, which was win, right? We had talked about this for the last couple of weeks here, obviously, because it hasn't gone well for him to start the season, that he needed to get a win before this first West Coast stint was over. Otherwise, this was going to be a big problem for him if he couldn't beat Juju.
Yes.
And I think we even went as far as saying last night he just needed to beat Juju, whether it was a 3-4, 2-3, a 1-2, whatever. He needed to beat Juju and get some points back.
Talking riding last night, I got a whole nother opinion off the track stuff. Riding wise,
see, this is where the
I
viewership
thought, as far
spikes.
as the main event goes, was great. Got out front, pulled the Holy, executed the start. On a slick track, adapted. I don't think Juju adapted as well to the sliminess.
Now, did you see his massive case?
That was in the heat.
No.
Yes.
Was it? Where he went off the track and everything?
Yes, heat.
Oh,
because
I thought
that was
the
instant
main.
karma for the takeout, is what that was. So, the main event, like, went out there, executed, pulled a gap, maintained, did what we all thought he would do all year.
Yeah.
But man, the heat race, the pass.
Okay, go ahead. Here we go.
Do you want to know where I want to go with
Holster co reload ramp.
Douche move. Douche move. That was danger douche.
Danger douche.
That was danger douche because
trademarked.
people can say whatever they want, like, oh, Barsha does this all the time or whatever. He could have made that pass without sticking his leg out and pivoting off his leg and sliding the ass end of the bike in to make contact.
Yep.
You could have made that pass without contact.
He could have. Let me counteract this.
You look back, you let off the gas and look back.
Yeah.
And then dump the clutch and go. Come on, guy.
Okay, so let me...
And then, hang on.
Oh, boy.
And
Okay,
then after
all right,
that,
I'll wait. I'm waiting.
that's when he goes to go 3 out of the corner and nose picks it and about eats shit. And everybody in my living room goes, karma, karma.
It was.
And I... Look, these guys risk their lives, and it's really shitty when you got all those internet people and all the assholes that are like, oh, I hope he crashes his brains out, blah, blah, blah. I don't wish that on anybody.
Nope.
But if he would have nose picked it and fell over and not won the heat,
We wouldn't have been sad
I
about
wouldn't
it.
have been upset with it as long as he didn't get hurt. So, yeah, danger douche in action.
But
So,
here's my
let me
counteraction
toss it to you.
this.
Where are you at?
Here's my counteraction to this. We know how he is. Julian's very open about he knows how he is because he's been around Deegan, racing Deegan since he was a kid. Why do you go into that corner on the outside? And then if you do, why are you not checking up harder than you did? You knew what he was going to do. There was,
He was
zero
pretty far
chance.
back,
There was
though.
zero chance Deegan wasn't coming up to hit you.
I'd love to see a different angle to see how tight he went across. Because he was a couple bike lengths back.
you still
But-
should have. You know better. You know better.
Well, he learned. He just learned.
Period. You know better.
He learned. And I'm
So-
glad it was in the heat, not the main, or I would have been real pissed.
So, I put a little bit of the blame there on Julian of like you know better with him. So, now with that being said, and we're still talking about Deegan here.
Where are you at with the interviews?
Okay, so I didn't listen to the heat race interview.
Heat
I was
race
at
one, he was a
Cowboy
little
Up.
shook.
I was at Cowboy Up. I didn't listen to
Yeehaw.
the heat race heat race one.
Do you want to break down?
Yeah, sure. Let's hear this.
Well, basically, he got up on the podium and was like, well, kind of word salading, and was like, yeah, well, I mean, I got one coming. You know, if he's cool with bumping, that's sick, bro. But
Okay, and so
I
that-
got one coming. I know it.
That gets into what like Eric talked about of like he was shook.
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that
yeah,
because he's nervous about Juju because he doesn't feel like he can break Juju.
Right.
Now, here's the other thing that I'm
I need some consistency in these interviews
The-
too.
the
We're
thi-
just riding the roller coaster.
the
son.
thing that I'm just like, shut up, bro, with Deegan this week is, bro, we haven't heard about bike setup from you since the beginning of the year. You just weren't expecting to get what you got out of Juju.
Sorry.
So
Sorry, I'm laughing. This guy just said the guy in the black hat sits to pee. That was a clean pass.
that's awesome.
He goes, yeah, that guy sits to pee. That was a clean pass. Sorry, I'm like,
there we go.
You're making a serious point here, and I'm just smiling at you. Anyway, continue. Go. Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, you have. Jesus, this show's so fucked. Anyway, you haven't said anything about the bike, and now all of a sudden the bike is the problem for the first
Yeah,
two
that was a
rounds,
little
and you
weird,
finally
too.
get it figured out. No, you just showed up in a mental state like, dude, I gotta show up and fucking perform now. I am not actually the fucking man that's fucking 15 times better than everybody else. That's all it was, dude. Like,
Yeah, I don't
like-
see where you're riding. You're on the same platform as last year.
Yeah.
You did as well as you did, and then you're grinding all week from 9 to 4 testing the bike. Yeah,
Just show up with setups. Just show up. I don't know what's wrong with it. Just show up with setups. So you're an idiot now? Like, I don't believe that for a second.
I don't really
I don't
believe
believe
that.
anything about that bike that he
I
said.
told you, man. I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth. I feel like I'm watching a Democratic campaign.
It's WWE, bro. I mean, I'm here for it, except for when you start talking about the bike like
man,
that.
because like this weekend we can get to the main event interview.
Yeah.
Like he's digging deep to find whatever Juju said. He said, yeah, he's been pulling this shit since we were 6 years old. Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he pissed off the bull.
He pissed off the bull. Now we're here.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on, guy. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe my frontal lobe is developing because I unfollowed Buttery on Instagram the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah,
wow,
maybe
look
it's
at you being a man.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just that old guy now. But I'm not. I respect the hell out of him as a rider, but this off the track like inconsistency kind of grinds my gears. I'm gonna need some Rev X to lube me up. So
Jeff said that Deegs literally makes shit up to use his motivation. Well, you're not 100% wrong on that. So
yeah. So
yeah, I don't know.
And
man.
I sit when I pee. Apparently,
that's probably correct. Oh man, like I said, it's just when all of a sudden your whole speaking point is that the bike was fucked the first 2 rounds, and you haven't said anything the first 2 rounds about the bike being bad, and you got interviewed every single round. Stop.
And off, even
just
even at the
stop.
press conference and stuff, not saying anything really about the bike.
Yeah, so just stop. Okay, so
I don't know. It's just a wild roller coaster. I feel like I'm at Cedar Point every time I watch a Deegan.
I mean, I'm here for it because it makes things interesting. And
100%.
it
We got a
brings people
rivalry
in,
out
but
of nowhere that we
yeah.
didn't expect we were going to have.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys like this kind of content and you want to see the full show, it's linked right here. If you guys want to make sure that you never miss an update, you never miss a show, a live stream, a bike build, or anything that we're doing, make sure to hit that subscribe button there and make sure to turn on notifications with the bell. If you want to join our members area to help support the show, that's greatly appreciated too. And you can check us recording things live that other people in the general public don't get to see. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all on the next one.